Today we have a Whirlpool dryer that won't start. When you press the start button, you don't hear anything at all, no response. So it's good to make sure that it's plugged in. You make sure that the breaker's turned on if it's an electric dryer, but that didn't fix it. So we're gonna fix it today. We have some bonus material at the end of the video for you too. First thing we'll do after unplugging it is to take out these two Phillips head screws that are located underneath the filter. So you pull the filter out, pull those screws, pull back on the upper panel, and then we're gonna hinge it back. We're gonna be replacing the door switch. Sometimes the door switch will break and then it won't send power into the dryer because it thinks the door is open. So I'm gonna use a little screwdriver to pry apart this modular connector. And then I'll take a Phillips head screwdriver and just zip out these two little screws. You want to test to see if the switch is okay. When you press in on it, you should hear a click. And if you don't hear a click, it feels kind of spongy. That would mean that it's broken and needs to be replaced. So we got out the old one and we just don't get any clicking feel or clicking sound from it. Here's a new one. We have a link in the description below. It's pretty easy to pop in. We're going to first connect the modular wire connector here at the top just by pushing in until it clicks shut. We'll put the switch into position. We want the bent part of the switch to be pointing out toward us. And we're going to feed in first Phillips head screw, and then we'll tighten that up. Here's the second one. Gonna kind of position the screw, line it up, and then we'll tighten those two up. And you're pretty much done at that point. It should just take a couple of minutes to do this. The new switch does click, so we know it's gonna work. I'm going to kind of tuck away these wires off to the side and between the two parts of the frame. And then we'll just go ahead and close the top, push it down to where it clicks. Put those two Phillips head screws back in. That's what's really holding down the upper panel. And then we plug it in. Today we have a really common problem for the Whirlpool top-loading washing machine where it won't spin, it won't drain. When you press down here where the lid switch is supposed to go, it might start working. So we're going to unplug it and we're going to fix the lid switch. Here's what it looks like. It's pretty easy, just take you a couple minutes. You just need a couple of zip ties or cable ties to fix it. It only cost a few cents. So we're going to take out two Phillips head screws that are holding it in. And then we should be able to reach in underneath and grab the whole switch and pull it towards you. You need to maybe use a little bit of force to get it to come towards you. And you only need to bring it out by about 2 or 3 inches to get the cable tie on. It gives you a little bit of extra wire so that you can get the zip tie around it. Some of these have a metal plate that is underneath the part that's pushed down that activates it, and the metal plate should be removed before you put on the zip ties. So we look at this picture, we can see this metal plate. It actually just pops off with a screwdriver. It's not on there very strong. These lid switches are two plastic parts that are glued together, and sometimes they fall apart, and that's what the zip tie helps us to secure it. So I'm going to use a flathead screwdriver to pry off that metal plate because I don't need it. It's not really going to help me. It's just going to get in the way of the zip ties. And you could fix this with one zip tie, but I recommend using 2. So here's how we're going to pry that off. There we go. That's the metal piece. Get that out of the way. And then we can take a zip tie and wrap it around. There's a plastic lever that goes up and down. You don't want the zip tie around that. You just want to put it around the main part, the casing of the main part. which is kind of like a plastic square. So you're going to get that zip tie as tight as you can. And I'm actually going to put 2 on to really secure it. Some people have criticized that this video just is a temporary fix, but this in fact makes the switch much stronger than it was from the factory. The factory is just glued together, but this is a mechanical connection, so this is really strong. These are really good washing machines. They tend to last over 20 years, but their lid switches are kind of the Achilles heel. They don't last as long, but they are really easy to fix. The symptom of a bad switch would be when you go to spin, you don't get spin or drain, and you don't hear any noise at all. It's like the motor isn't working, there's no power going to it. But the machine will agitate, but it won't spin and it won't drain. So I'm using pliers to pull that zip tie really tight. I'm going to cut off the extra part. You can use a razor blade, or I'm using these diagonal pliers to just snip off the extra part. And now I can reach in and put that switch back in, and I'm going to lift up a little bit so I can line up these holes here where the screws go in and line them up with the holes in the switch. I'm going to put those Phillips head screws back in. I want to caution you guys not to over tighten those, because that's a metal screw going into a plastic part, and the plastic on these sometimes is older and a little more brittle. So just go in lightly, just enough so that it is tight, but you don't want to go beyond that. Just enough to where it's holding it in there, but you don't want to use the full power of your screwdriver. And now this little pin right here is going to go down, and that's going to activate the switch. We'll plug it in, give it a test. Spinning, very draining, so the water shooting out. That's going to be stronger than before. You have a machine that works. Watching our video, and please subscribe to our channel when you get a chance, and also click the little bell notification button so we can send you weekly videos on all the different ways of fixing appliances around your home and saving you lots of money. So thanks again for watching, and please also press the like button for our video if this was helpful to you. Feel free to contact me at the email listed below, which is scottthefixitguy@yahoo.com, with any of your questions.